Welcome back again to our YouTube channel, your host as usual, Bayana Community Channel as usual. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you to our new subscribers and the old subscribers. Thank you for those who have followed us up to this extent. I am grateful. We are grateful. So guys, today's video was motivated by a question I got from one of my friends, and his question was like, do I need to prepare? Like, do I need to be prepared in somehow before I travel, before I look to travel abroad? And I told him, yes. I feel like looking back to my own situation and how far I have come, I think I wish I knew before I left my country that I needed to prepare somehow before traveling. There's a lot involved in traveling. You are going to a new land, you are going to a place that you've never been to, so we need to obviously be prepared. But before then, if you are somebody that has ever thought that someday in your life, be it presently or in the future, you anticipate to travel, it is good to get certain things in order. The first thing you should do, for example, is get enough studies. Yes, get enough studies. Look into those countries that you dream of traveling to. Study something about them, their origin, study their structure, how they operate, the languages they use, the currency, whatever. Just investigate a little bit, have a knowledge of the countries you look to travel to. When you've had that knowledge, invest in yourself. Get something done, something handy. Be a handy person. Like, you travel and you've not gotten a job yet, you can be able to do certain things under the table. The next thing is to invest even in the country you are living in. Invest in the country you live in, okay, your country of origin. Because sometimes when we are about to travel out of the country or abroad, the first question is they always want to know if you've invested, if you have something you look forward to going back to. Because people always want to know whether you are coming to their country to someday live, except that you are coming on maybe as a permanent resident and so on. But beside that, if you are coming for a job, you are coming to study, they always want to know that someday when you are done that, you'll be able to go back to your country. There is something you look forward to. So what do you do in this situation? It's good to have a bank account, an active bank account where you put money in and out, your transactions are moving in and out. It's good to have something like a plot of land. If you have money enough, build a house. All those things will help you to be able to like get that security and assure the country you want to travel to that truly you are going to come back. All right, that said, get studies. Your education is very important. Like I said before, certificates are good. Like, at least if they see that you've gotten to a level, like before I came here, I was a degree holder. Yes, there are people who come as a master's degree holder. They come as a PhD holder. They want to see that you've gotten study. They want to see that they are getting somebody in their country that has something to offer. Okay, so while waiting for the day when God will give you an opportunity to travel, it's always good to get everything set before you think about traveling, or maybe before you even get the opportunity to travel. Always good also, lastly, to do the English language certification. Okay, what do I mean by this? A country like Canada, for example, and many other countries want you to have the TOEFL, they want you to have the English language examination. Is it the French version or the English version? Make sure you are set. Depending on the countries that you've decided that you want to travel someday to, it's good to get the English language done so that you are prepared enough if they need those requirements at the end of the day. Okay, now to when you finally get the opportunity to travel. The first thing I think you should do is to look at the resources you have. Do they match the opportunity that is offered? Because I feel like some people get scammed because they have this opportunity and they don't meet the criteria. But yet somebody is convincing you that, oh, no, don't bother, you don't need this, you don't need this. But even though it says this on the paper, you don't need it. No. So many times when people tell you that, the people who offer the best opportunities or who are truthful are people who will tell you that, okay, this is an opportunity, but you can't go because you don't have the financial backing, because you don't have the educational backing, or because you've not gotten everything they desire or they need at this level. If you have to go, then you have to do this and do that. But when you see somebody insisting that you have to go, don't bother about getting this document, don't bother about this, I will walk a way out for you and so on. They'll end up taking money, so much money from you, but you miss the opportunity. So make sure you do your own research. about the particular program that you are going to go to. Do you meet the level? Do you meet the requirements and all of that? Very important. The next thing you have to do is to research about the agents and the agency that is involved in the particular program that you want to travel on or you want to travel with. Are these people real? Can you trace them? Is there something that can you trace the agent? Is there anything that links the agent to a particular organization, a big organization, or somewhere that you can even Google, you can research about? And is the organization itself real? Is it something that you've heard about or somebody told you about, or is just this somebody from nowhere giving you ideas and saying I can do this and all of that? Okay, you have to be able to do your own research before somebody convinces you. The next thing you have to do is also to make sure that you gather everything that you need and have everything in place. Do you have the financial backing? If not, begin at the initial stage, gather everything, put them together, and make sure you have everything before you go to the stage where they are talking about finance. When it comes to the financial part of it, I always advise people, if you are going to use an agency, get it into an agreement with them. Tell them, yes, I'm willing to travel. And maybe traveling, for example, some people will tell you, oh, if you need to travel to Canada, you have to have about four from my own France CFA, you need to have about 4 million to travel. That is the least I hear people ask when they are going to travel to Canada. Okay, if somebody asks you the amount of money, how authentic is it? Okay, ask yourself, if I don't get this opportunity to travel, how do I get back maybe part of my money or the whole of my money? A genuine person will tell you, okay, in this case, there are certain documents that you have to do. So the money you give for those documents, you don't require us to return it to you. But there's a certain fee that you have to give at the end of the day. Maybe you get into an agreement with them, and then you guys do maybe get a bank account on both names, their name and the agent's name. And the agreement should be, okay, this money is going out only when both of us sign. And signature to that account is going to be when either the program goes through and he's taking his money or her money, or the program doesn't go and you are taking your money. Guys, you always have to be alert. You always have to be very, very alert and prepared for the unknown. So that leads me to the next point, which is some people think traveling abroad or traveling out of the country means you just come with an empty hand. There are a lot of opportunities. No. If there is a means, you have your means, get some extra money, get extra cash, prepare yourself for the unforeseen. If you get into a country before they prepare your documents, sometimes, for example, when I got here in Canada, it took 3 months to prepare my documents, to start getting certain documents that I could validate that I was in Canada. Okay, before then, what do? You need certain things. You don't want to rely on people. People disappoint people. You can get here and somebody assures you, I'm going to house you, I'm going to do everything for you, and then you are stranded at the airport. A lot of people have been stranded at the airport. So what do? If you have your finance, at least you can feed, you can get a little place for yourself and settle before looking into the opportunities you have in that country. It is very important. Okay, when it comes now, the last point I'm going to talk about is the opportunity. What brought you to the country? What is taking you to that country? You have to look into the program detailedly. How long is it going to be? Okay, for this length of time, if I'm there, what are they paying me if it is a job? What am I doing in this place? If it's travel, just traveling, what am I doing? Where am I going to be going? How do they get to this place when I go there? Get full knowledge of all these things. If it is a program for just say, let's say 6 months, okay, after 6 months, am I coming back to my country or I'm looking for further opportunities? If it is a program that is going to be for 2 years, after 2 years, for example, in Canada, not in every case, but if you get to Canada, maybe as you have a job opportunity and you get to Canada, after 2 years, if you work for 2 years, you have enough experience to be able to apply for permanent residency. But it's not going to apply to all countries. So you must have to know what applies to which country and what doesn't apply to which country. You have to know everything about it. Okay, guys, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like and share, and also give us your own ideas. And if there are any questions you want to know more about this, let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in our next video. Bye.